Hello, my fellow imps. Welcome to Simister. I'm China, and today for you I have a video involving Santa and Mrs. Claus, as well as their little woodland cottage that they live in. Because Christmas is obviously right now, I thought it might be nice to have a CAS video creating both Santa Claus and his wife, who in this video I've named Holly, because, I thought that would be cute. It was hard to find a name for her, actually. Most places say it's like Merry Christmas or she's unnamed. It's quite disappointing, but I went with Holly, and with Santa Claus I ended up going with Nicholas Claus, sort of as a tribute to Saint Nicholas, who actually did exist. And so yeah, this is just me trying to recreate it. Now this CAS does have some custom comments. That doesn't sound right. Custom content. But don't worry, this will be uploaded to the gallery, and there will be a link to my website that has a list of all the custom content that I used for it. So if you want them to look exactly like they do here, you'll be able to do that. And surprisingly, there's not a whole lot of custom content. I actually thought I might end up using a lot more than I did, but there's still a few links, so you're more than welcome to download those. I've linked to the actual creators too, because I didn't create any of them. I am not that good. Now for Santa, I thought, if you believe the mythos about Santa and Mrs. Claus, then, well, they're quite old. They've lived for a very long time, and, through magic or miracles or whatever you want to call it, they're several centuries old. Don't mind the bird in the background. He's sitting outside my window at the moment, so he's just saying happy holidays to everybody, apparently. But I figured for Santa and Mrs. Claus that although they might have lived several centuries along now, that in actuality, they're still sort of like adults, not necessarily elders per se. They are kind of on the cusp of an adult and an elder. That's why I actually made them both as adults in The Sims, but gave them graying hair. So it kind of looks like they're just sort of on the cusp. But, you kind of need, I think if they were actual elders, doing what they do would be a lot harder. So I thought this would be a happy compromise. I gave them both some wrinkles and things to make them look a bit older than their actual adult state might make you think they are. But for Santa, I thought, since they both have lived so long, that they're both a little bit more traditional from, when they first started all of this, And so Santa Claus tends to be far more traditional, I think, than Mrs. Claus would be. So his clothes and style of dress is very much a throwback to a time much farther back. And he likes red. Most of his outfits are red, actually. Which, I love red, so I wasn't complaining. You'd think with the way the world views him that Santa invented the color red, but most of his outfits are red, and I thought that would work out just fine for him, since that seems to be his main color theme. But yeah, most of his clothes is very traditional in a good sense, and he has pocket watches and the old wingtip shoes and things like that. Holly, on the other hand, although still traditional in many respects, I always saw Mrs. Claus as a bit more forward thinking. She's a bit more easily able to adjust to the times. So she does have a few, quote unquote, period pieces to her outfit. But she's also got some in there that, like her party outfit, which I love. I absolutely love that outfit, which you'll see in this video, but tend to be quite a bit more modern. And I always saw her as the one, taking Santa by the hand and saying, honey, you need to do this. You need to upgrade your computer, and that sort of thing. And whereas Santa would be happy staying in his old-fashioned ways, I think she's the one that sort of has pushed him to adjust a bit more to the changing world around them. For Santa, if I gave him the friend to the world aspiration, because it's Santa, so he's going around trying to be friends with all the people of the world, so it made sense. I also gave him the cheerful trait as well as the childish trait, because I thought, he deals with children. It would be a good quality to have in Santa if he was actually far more childlike himself. And I also gave him the good trait because, again, Santa. If who else would go around the world giving free presents to kids if they weren't good, So for Mrs. Claus, I gave her the Renaissance trait because I thought, again, she was a bit more forward thinking. She wanted to, or the Renaissance aspiration rather, she wants to experience everything, learn everything. She wants to keep up with everything. So she wants to be good at many different things, a jack of all trades type of person. And for her traits, I gave her the neat trait because, if you're living in a house with a man who eats cookies and builds toys and wraps presents all year, there's, and then there's the elves as well. Like, I kind of get the feeling that she would be a total neat freak. Like, she'd be the one going around and, like, I just cleaned this place 5 minutes ago, and not that she does all the cleaning, because I definitely think she'd be the type of woman who would turn to Santa and say, you left that mess, you got to clean it up, and to the elves too. Part of her mythos actually does say that she helps Santa with the toy production, as well as helping manage their employed elves. So, she's not just, a homebody. She's definitely involved in everything. So I think she would definitely be one of those people to be like, you need to keep this place clean and organized, get to it. And I gave her the cheerful trait as well, because I think you would have to be, really, if you're living Christmas, 24/7, you kind of have to be cheerful, or at least it'd be a good idea to try to be cheerful throughout it all. And I also gave her the perfectionist trait, again, because what she does do, I feel like she wants to make sure it's good. It's just, it's got to be quality above quantity type of thing. If she's helping with toy production, guess what? She's going to make sure that one toy that has that extra drop of paint that it shouldn't is going to be set aside, or something, and redone. Like, she's just very perfectionist, but I think it suits her very well. Now, this here is her party outfit that I was telling you about earlier, and I absolutely love this dress. There for a while, I wasn't sure if I should go with it or not, because it is quite modern. But like I said, the more I thought about it, the more I thought that it would suit her. Like, yes, she's, as old as Santa and has been around as long as he has, but I definitely see her as just being more fluid in the way she lives. And so yeah, that was the formal outfit, my favorite, I think, of hers. aside from maybe the winter outfit, because I would probably wear the winter outfit myself. But for the most part, I kept some aspects to her, like her old-fashioned Victorian hair, which is under I think it's under the vintage. I think it's under the vintage category, because it's just beautiful. And I thought, you know, it looks old-fashioned, but it's also just very pretty and something that I could see women wearing today, actually. And I tried to change up her outfits a bit here, because like Santa, like I said, was a bit red. Like he had a lot of red. I think most of his stuff is red except for his party outfit, which is white and gold. For her, I tried to change it up a bit. I tried to have some green outfits, some red outfits, you know, some with like the white, like her swimwear, for instance, is mostly white. And plus I gave her fun earrings for this hot weather wear because they are adorable. I really wish I had my ears pierced, because those would be something I would wear totally. Just like, love them. Absolutely love them. Excuse me. So yeah, this is her winter wear here. And again, it's a bit of a throwback to an older time, but I think the cut and the general style of it lends to a more modern feel. It's more, what would the word be? It's more of a posh. It's like fashionable, you know, like I would love to wear something like this, but I don't. I mean, when I lived in the US, and it got really cold, I just bundled up. I looked like a big marshmallow. I did not look good at all. So if I had the fashion sense and the wherewithal to do it, this is what I would love to do. I think it's just very beautiful, chic outfit for her. And I just think she pulls it off really well. Now for the earrings, I gave her fun earrings here too. It clashes a little with the outfit, because the outfit's sort of, you know, like walking down the runway, and then you got these snowman earrings that are just sort of like something you buy at a gift shop somewhere, but I just loved it. I had to put them in there because, like I said, she's still fun. You know, she's still cheerful. She's still, you know, easygoing. It's just she has her standards with something. So I can totally see her just throwing on a pair of snowman earrings with an outfit that, you know, should be on the cover of a magazine. But now I'm just going through all of the finished outfits now for them. And because we'll be heading over to the house tour pretty soon. A funny thing, I actually recorded the build of their little cabin, and I spent like 5 hours recording it, and my recording software crashed on me and I lost it all, and I was so disappointed. It took me 2 or 3 days to get back into the mood to do anything with this anymore, because it was just like, you know, you put 5 hours worth of work into it, and I thought the house was going really well. I was loving the way it turned out, and boom, you know. So I decided just to do this tour instead. This will be available on the gallery as well. It has no CC, but you would need quite a few packs to use it, but there is no CC. This is their foyer. Just a nice little area for you to put your coat, and you've got the living room over there and the dining table, which I thought was quite nice. You know, you walk into the dining room, gives it, I think, more of a welcoming, hey, have a seat and enjoy a meal kind of feel. And I love food, so if anybody said that to me, you've got my love for the rest of my life, trust me. This is the kitchen. Again, like them, their little house is quite cozy and a bit old-fashioned. Like they've got the older fridge there, but again, because Holly Claus, Mrs. Claus, is here, she's sort of pushed for newer things. They do still have some things old, like the stove, but they have, a modern dishwasher, and they've got their microwave over there. So, she does tend to touch things up a bit because, she didn't know. Santa, you can't live in the past forever. You've got to keep moving on. I just love those little chic paintings, those charcoal, well, they're not charcoal, but chalkboard paintings there. And then over here, this is sort of like Santa's work spot. I figured maybe he would do his lists here. He is still clinging to some of the analogs there, because you can see he has clipboards and stuff. But again, he's compromised and he's gotten the computer. That's where I figure he probably does a lot of his list work, checking those names and everything. And I'm actually really quite happy with the way this whole area, this whole house came out. I was wondering just what to do with it as far as decorative items are concerned, because there are so many awesome things online as far as CC, but I try not to do a lot of CC or any at all, really, when I'm doing my builds, because I kind of want you to just be able to place them. Like with Sims, there's a lot more custom content with Sims, I've noticed, and there is with builds too, but they tend to be not as frequent. And so I was trying to find ways to make this look tasteful without being gaudy, but still making it rather obvious that at the very least the people who live here absolutely adore Christmas. And I think personally I managed to do that. For the most part, I just hung a lot of these garlands that you see, and then just incorporated a color scheme. Like here you've got some reds in the, the carpet and the drapes, and then on the fireplace, and like out in the living room there were a lot of greens. The sofa and the love seat and thing had greens, the rug had greens. I thought this was really cute. I love these little post boards with the postcards. I thought maybe Santa could put up pictures or postcards from some of his favorite places on Earth that he visits. The bathroom doesn't really have like a Christmas theme per se. There is like, that wintry scene painting in the back. But for the most part, it's the bathroom. You're not in there except for necessity. And so I thought, we'd leave that fairly standard, but I did put that winter painting in there because I just thought it was really nice. And this is your bathroom where you get to look at sunflowers while you take a poop. So, enjoy that. And the coral reef there on the left, I love that painting too. And then we're back through. There's a number of paintings in here from fellow Simmers, which when I upload this house to the gallery, I will link, or I will credit them as well. You can use their images, their quote-unquote paintings, and it won't be tagged as custom content, which I absolutely love. So there's like several of them that I follow, and I love their stuff. So this is the front of the house now. And I'm gonna take you around the outside of it, and then a little bit later on I will show you some stills of the house at night, because I spent a lot of time getting these lights up on this house, individually placing them and then changing their individual colors and everything, and it actually looks, I think, really nice. But to fully appreciate it, you need to see it at night, so you will get to see that here. And the trees, of course, kept getting in my way. I had them backed up against some woods because I know they're supposed to live in like the North Pole and stuff, but I thought it'd be nice, you know, idea that if they were actually like, you know, in some woods, and I don't think there are woods in North Pole, is there? But we're going to pretend there is, okay? Because I just like the idea that they've got a little cabin in the woods. So just deal with that. So yeah, that's why there's several trees around here. These pines and things do come with the lot as well. So, but I just love this. And I had them build a snowman, but they weren't real good at it. So you might want to redo that if you download this house. Okay, so here's the night shots, and you can see like there's just colors, and it pops at night. I think night's when it really shines. No pun intended, but it does. And I love colorful Christmas lights, so this was a real joy to decorate this house like that, because Christmas is my favorite time of year. So yeah, there you have it. So I hope everybody has a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.